All right. Okay. Should be ready to go. Everything should be good. Okay. Hi, everybody. So, I'm starting Disco Elysium today. I've never played this before, but I've heard really good things. Must be a little quiet. Hold on. Okay. 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 Agent. With detective mode active, interactive objects and characters in the game are automatically highlighted with a light border when you approach them. Hardcore is existentially difficult. Checks are harder and healing items are more expensive. Choose your clothes and thoughts wisely. For your sweat and toil, tasks reward a small amount of extra health. Yes, please. Okay. Alright. Select archetype, the thinker. Extremely intelligent, very bad with people. Knows interesting faces, comes up with new ideas. Sensitive, very psychological. A magnetic personality but unstable. Might begin to lose his mind. Physical. Extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, get things done, but dumb as rock. Or create your own character. Let's do create. Okay. Let's do... Your senses, how agile you are. Okay. I think this will work. Logic. Wield raw intellectual power, deduce the world. Call upon your knowledge, produce fascinating trivia. Rhetoric. Practice the art of persuasion, enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Play the actor, lie and detect lies. Conceptualization, understand creativity, see art in the world. Visual calculus, reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. Hold yourself together, keep your morale up. Inland Empire, hunches and gut feelings, dreams in waking life. Understand others, work your mirror neurons. Intimidate the public, assert yourself. Esprit de corps. Connect to Station 41, understand cop culture. Charm men and women, play the puppet master. Let the body take control, threaten people. Raise the hair on your neck, tune into the city. Go to the party planet, love and be loved by drugs. Flex powerful muscles, enjoy healthy organs. Shrug off the pain, they'll have to hurt you more. Take the blows, don't let the world kill you. Ready, aim and fire. Perception is see, hear, and smell everything, let no detail go unnoticed. Reaction speed, the quickest way to react, an untouchable man. Savior faire, savoir faire. Sneak under their noses, stun with immense panache. Interfacing, master machines, pick locks and pockets, and then composure. Straighten your back, keep your poker face. Okay, so from here we'll probably go with drama. I can have 2, right? This one. I can only choose one? Okay. I'll probably just let it be empathy then. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their own address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious for men's in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Okay.
Ever.
Alright.
Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Alright.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Alonzi, never let me go.
Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough.
A return trip to the silence, please.
Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir?
Don't stop, keep singing. Sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help, someone cut my head off, it's trying to murder the rest of me.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, You know what it is. A caprice to name a motor carriage.
Oh boy. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Alright.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Alright. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Assess the damage.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
This is a white track, you may retry it. No, that's good.
What do you mean, assess the damage? How would you do that? What are you even trying to do?
I don't know. Alright, let's just leave then. What's over here? I'll take this. Disco ass blazer.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. The lights are off. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Alright, we can just move on from that. You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. White satin shirt. Good. Cool.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
I don't care.
Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Dear Lord, help me. What is this?
Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face?
I have no idea why it's there. It just is.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay.
Oh my god. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it.
There might have been 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Attempt to stop the expression from happening.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Alright, let's let it be for now. Guess the door's locked. Okay. Oh, hello.
Hello, officer.
Oh, hi. The calendar says it's March. The year's 51. Okay.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer? Am I military personnel?
No.
Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Okay. Chief Technical Officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir.
You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. No. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
I should get
Of
going
course.
now.
Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Okay.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
What if I don't ask questions?
You're a cop, Harry. It is unnatural of you not to want to ask questions.
Wait. I have some questions before you go.
Yes?
What is it that they have against the police here?
The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
Where exactly is here? Where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where are we? Where in the world?
We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world. divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
Should that mean something to me?
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranier, another part of the world.
Tell me, is it 51 now?
It's 51.
What century?
The current century?
And that's what? What number?
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
How many centuries have there been then?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir.
What's so funny?
You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
Your room is almost next to mine. Did you hear anything last night? Did I have any visitors?
There was the usual ruckus.
Loud disco music?
Disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
Oh, we're huge where I come
It
from.
mostly just
I was
gets
very
hard,
young
doesn't
then,
it?
of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
What happened?
It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace.
What was I singing?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now.
I'm
It was
sorry.
difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar.
Then what happened?
Sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Don't be. I was going
That's
out
so
later
me.
anyway.
What did I
It didn't
do?
bother me. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. A window was smashed. A tape player, probably. The song
Please tell me
stopped.
there wasn't
And
anything
furniture,
else.
too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore.
Okay.
I may have
We can go now.
misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it.
Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking.
Glad to have been of assistance.
This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. The what now?
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and
Am I
smoke
a
the
smoker?
living shit out of it. The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It once smokes. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome
But she
of
broke it at the
Jeroma.
filter. I can't
You
smoke that.
feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet,
I
an
should
entire pack.
not do
Strike
that.
that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all. Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a
Okay.
cool renegade man.
You'll
A
make a
mystical
44
red
degrees
dragon
centigrade
with smoke
snowstorm.
rising from his nostrils.
There's
Plus,
something on the
smoking
table.
them gives massive bonuses.
Okay. Locked.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous
Probably shouldn't
loneliness
bother.
comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed.
This is where the lyrics would be. Big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. My soul is modest. It's normal sized.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
What should I sing when it comes to
Exactly.
it?
It's measured, level-headed, and it needs to be heard through a PA system by other people.
I was thinking maybe I could sing something happy, like from those ostentatious
You should sing the
orchestrion
sad,
folks.
slow song you were listening to last night. Thought it was obvious. No, don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's
I've got a
profound.
tape upstairs.
You have to find out how the song goes first, though. Maybe a tape of something appropriate would help. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed
Are you the
seabird.
bartender?
As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain
What's the
in his
difference?
eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the
Where
cafeteria
did the
manager.
Sylvie go?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Thank you, Ivysaur EG, for the follow. That's very kind of you.
She just, you know,
His
She
eyes
just-
dart from left to right.
What?
This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
Something tells me you don't like me.
so now you recall. Oh, forget it.
So not only am I a cop,
Oh no,
but I'm also
you're
a hero.
A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have
What did I
anything
do?
to do with this?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero. What did you
I'm
not
guessing
do?
I didn't
First you
do
took
any
the
of those
body down,
things.
then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even
What have I been
negotiated a
doing all
strike.
that time? Have you seen me around?
You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to.
Look at that stuffed bird.
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. Most
Can I
likely
help you with
on
that?
a wall. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the
My
discovery
buddy.
of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world
What do
are
you mean,
in
my
right
buddy?
now.
Look, your buddy is over there.
Alright.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
The menu's been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is
He
written on it.
pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird
Comes to the
instead.
kitchen, someone is working. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today starts in a man's handwriting. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The door is bolted. A sign says kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300 hours. A sign reads mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open at 1600 hours. This royal pinball machine is unplugged. Okay. Hey,
Hello, sweetie.
partner.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange.
It is not yet
like
time.
a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager?
him?
here?
What
Yeah, I just
he
talked to
means
him.
is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right?
What
It
interviews?
also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare
Yes,
an initial
the
list of
police.
persons of interest.
I'm aware
and
I'm a
then
policeman.
just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do
I
that?
haven't.
Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Right. And the interview?
Dead body?
Okay. We'll
No.
have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have
But I
preferred for
can't
the
remember
body to
anything.
no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If
How
you
can
need
you
something
be so
for
sure
your
I'm
headache,
from the
there is a
police?
general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
You mean internal
Inspectorate
affairs?
General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from
You
the
said
rat
insignia.
squad and
These white
isn't
rectangles,
supposed
you
to
mean?
suspect such things.
But they're just white rectangles.
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a
But
pattern
shouldn't I have a
resembling the
badge or
street grid
something?
of Ravachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage.
It wasn't on
but
me when I
okay,
woke up.
It's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious
Let's go.
matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence. After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
There used
You
to be a
can
tape
talk
in
to
this
him
case, but
whenever
it was destroyed
by
in a fit of
interacting with
rage.
him.
Something about the Atene's single smallest church of St. Symes must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says it was recorded in 43. You need to get your hands on some cigarettes and smoke them for those massive bonuses. Find a pack, put it in your hand, equip the head artillery, and the smoke will do the rest. You need to find a sufficiently tragic tape, then play it on a boombox to memorize the lyrics. Then ask the cafeteria to perform. Preferably in the evening, more people at the bar then. You need to report your missing badge to the 41st Precinct as soon as possible. The lieutenant said that you can use the radio in his motor car to call your station. The cafeteria manager of the Whirling in Rags might know something about the murder that happened in the yard. Ask him about it. Expect the body hanging in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags. This is a preliminary inspection. You just need to suppress the urge to throw up and approach it. Okay.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am
Nothing.
Kim
I just
Kitsuragi from
wanted to
Precinct
see what
57.
happens if you say that.
This
Now I
is
do.
an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
What? What is this? A joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here.
Right then.
And I'm not going to
Questions.
start working here again,
I've got
if
this.
that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask
Why did
your
Sylvie go away?
questions. His face expresses profound doubt.
No,
in
I
your
asked you
having
where.
this.
Now I'm asking you why she left.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because
Didn't
I
go
asked
well.
for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn
I guess I like to
fascinating
be
about
thorough.
that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
Where exactly is the body?
Good for you.
And how do
was
we
there
get
something
there, then?
else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you
Who
should
killed
see
him?
a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there.
Did you
no
kill him?
need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit
That is
through.
all.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy?
What's Real?
Of course I didn't kill him.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary
By
Real,
real,
is
do
the
you
global
mean some
reserve
form of
currency.
street cred?
Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
What do I owe this place for?
No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130
Since I woke up,
real.
I have trouble
And yes,
remembering
real is still
even the most
money.
basic concepts
What are
of
you,
reality.
a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or
Interesting.
8 bottles
Where do
of
I get it
Open
from?
Blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Are you serious? From your work?
Why do I
don't
need
know.
it?
You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer.
What if I don't have
If you
any?
run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me.
What happens
I'm
now?
not an asshole.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Isn't there
Officer,
somewhere else
maybe
I
you're
can stay
better off
around here?
working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember where my home is.
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
Officer,
Alright.
you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
I really don't remember.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Far away?
But you've been at this
Both.
hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I'll live in a
time
dumpster.
or
I don't care.
space?
Fuck everything. Hobo cop.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Okay.
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
A cop and a hobo. A hobo cop. Upsides, you can be disabled, you don't have to wash, carries himself with lurch gusto. Hobo cop doesn't need anyone or anything. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never again hear, "You're drunk, when did you even come home? Come here, Harry. Go home, you're embarrassing yourself." Downsides. Are there any? I mean, seriously, give me one. Okay. Okay, I should probably report my badge. A heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow. The street sign reads, "Fuck the police." I have some questions for you.
The RCM
What
in
is this
Martinez.
fuck the police business?
What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with?
Never mind. Who are you exactly?
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop
And what are you
this line
doing here?
of questioning. She
On what?
shifts in her seat awkwardly.
Me? I am just a gardener.
But
I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
we need
Don't worry,
directions.
miss. We are here to clean it up. We can get to work soon.
Where am I?
Thank you. My head is about to explode
I'm a
from
bit
all the salts I've had
disoriented.
to inhale.
This is Ravachol, right?
Of course. Where to? What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of
What's up
Martinez.
in the north?
This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants
What's
directions.
in the east?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements.
What's in
Not
the
a
south?
lot, really. The harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A French store
What's
too.
on the other side of the canal?
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What's in the west?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
The corpse. Where is it exactly?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands
Thanks,
in the
that's
bay,
all for now.
but they're hard to reach.
I have to run.
It's there, in the yard, right through the hole in the fence.
Pigs go home.
No
The
problem.
street name is illegible.
Of course, I won't hold you back.
Closed for winter. Please use main entrance. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Jump jams. I can't read the rest of it. A glossy magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue has a top 10 hit list. What's your story? Oh boy. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this
You tell
island a
him.
mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
He's right.
What
You're
he
undermining our
means
best
is
shot at real
fixation on the
self-determination.
Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
I'm gonna be honest. This guy's name and title is making me very worried.
Come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes
Fucking A,
tense.
Kim. I've got your back.
Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant
Gotta smoke.
exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers.
You're smoking one right now.
No.
He's got a smoke right there in
Can I
his
get a drag
fucking
of that
hand.
then?
Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage.
Cool. I changed my mind anyway.
It's my last one.
What are you
Sorry.
hauling?
All done. I bet. Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to
Oh,
pick
not
up?
much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait
Apples.
on your ass situation. Apples.
What was that argument all about?
It's exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions? It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular
Be
topic
honest, I
nowadays.
can't really
with
remember
the
what that means.
coalition in
Please
charge,
explain.
You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. People who've studied these things say that you,
Okay, what else had he
me,
thought up?
are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for
Okay,
resources.
and?
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kids are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes.
Wait, what's this
and the other
cultural
intruder
victory?
species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen?
Yeah,
People
I'm not
don't
down
stay
with
in their
this.
birthplace.
Why don't you go fuck
You
yourself?
might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Don't push your luck.
Tell me about the case. Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing.
Yes?
Only what you told me before.
What do you want to know?
Yes, that sounds good.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling and Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching.
Why don't we know anything about the
There is
caller?
an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Why hide themselves?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM
Hold
in
on,
what's
and the
seen
RCM
as union
is?
matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol.
Let me make this
The
perfectly clear.
RCM
Our job here
operates
is to
within
find the
a
killer.
legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful.
Would you
to
say this
know
is a mysterious case? Why not?
That's right. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security
White
guard
male in
for
his
a
40s.
corporation involved
What
in
do
a
you mean?
labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
If we're from if we're from different precincts, then why are we on the same case?
I'm relieved that you agree. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you wanted to know?
What do you mean? I don't know what
I'm
I'm in
afraid
on.
you and I
Retrograde
are
amnesia.
pawns in a pissing competition.
Cop off.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better
should tell
still
me now,
than an
this seems
imbecile
relevant.
cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it.
Actually, I have all I need
If
for
you
now.
want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
I think you should know that I can't remember
Later.
anything.
Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was
No
heavy
response.
drinking involved.
He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
But I'm completely
There is a
lacking in
sudden,
basic
harsh
information
edge
about
to
even
his
this
voice,
organization we're
like
in.
he's tired
Can you
of
help
hearing
me?
about your personal affairs.
So what should I concentrate
Fine.
on?
We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If
What's
you're
wrong
still
with
having
personal
trouble
affairs?
then, I can give you an orientation. Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible
afraid this is
for
a
2
medical
sergeants
situation.
and 8 officers. That means the average
I'm
lieutenant
talking
has to deal with
serious,
quite a few
unbelievable damage
personal
here. I
affairs.
saw myself in the mirror and
Even
had
you
no idea
know
who I
this.
was.
Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming.
It's
of
not
an
psychological.
officer.
Some sort of
Clearly,
major brain
he
damage has
prefers to
occurred
think you're malingering.
on an
He
unprecedented
cannot
scale.
fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
I want to talk about
Then you should consider seeking medical attention.
Yes, you.
You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was
We'll
there
work better
anything else
together if
you
we have
wanted?
more rapport.
Me? I don't see how my life
Do you ever
is
talk
pertinent
with
to the
yourself?
investigation.
You know, when you're thinking. Do you ever have
That's a fair
conversations
point.
with, like,
All right.
your brain?
For the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? What do you mean?
So how do you, you know,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different
tell me a secret about
names.
yourself?
His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic.
Huh.
You
Okay.
don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
You don't look like the other people around here.
No.
The lieutenant nods.
What's SEAL?
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting to me. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist,
You're only making it
isolationist,
sound uninteresting.
pan-Isolary
I still
state
wanna know more about
west
SEAL.
of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're wearing glasses.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Rebachelier.
Glasses are cool, I guess.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough
That's all for
testosterone.
now.
Are they?
Nothing.
They're mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good,
The lorries
normal
probably stored fuel
day
here.
yourself.
Now they store booze.
Good. Let's change the subject.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such
What
an
kind
old
of stick is
machine.
an insignia?
The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his
What
space
about the
with a
backseat?
substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. The back end of the cabin is a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man
think
from
this lorry belongs
Eondel
to our
in
tough
the
guy?
lost city of the pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is
okay.
our guy. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
A foreign car kept in good condition.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island,
Who is
pointing
this?
toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer,
What did this king
the
do?
greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Lip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip
what way?
III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some
Deplorable
obese dragon,
farce. No wonder
instead
everything
of
went
a
to
bed,
shit.
like a normal person.
The what now?
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Not just any nose candy, though.
Okay, where
We're
is he buried
talking
now?
Royal Philippian blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple.
What happened to the statue?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum. The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think
Who
the
restored the
coalition's
monument?
hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is
That's
supposed
such
to
a
capture
bad
the moment
idea.
it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. People in Martinez tend to agree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the Squanderer, however,
Wow.
with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in
A
death.
white tank top.
Not that he ever
Okay.
did in life either.
Real quick. I'm gonna save. Okay. Real. Okay. Hi.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched.
Excuse
in
me,
her
ma'am.
hands,
I'd
and
like to ask
there is
some
a warm
questions.
smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response. Wherever
If you
this
say
woman
so.
is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
What's going on here?
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Why should I?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us?
Okay, then
Beat the
I'm
honest
thinking no.
worker down.
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work!
What kind
Besides,
of a cause are we talking about?
It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their family.
Regardless, I have
His
some
manner of
questions for you.
speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Who are all these
Shame on
strikebreakers?
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run
Oh,
smoothly
sorry,
in
again.
time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do
You think they follow because I'm big and loud?
What is
No,
a strike?
They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do.
This is very relevant. What do the
When a bunch
strikers
of
want?
ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work from other people.
I want to get into the harbor too.
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here,
Have fun.
behind the hostel cafeteria
Union
there.
shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm trying to meet their fat boss. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive. Right to work!
Sure, why not?
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
What exactly is your goal here?
Why not? I see numerous reasons not to pick a side in this local matter. Pity.
Let us work!
Are you, and you're unable to breach the entrance?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open, and try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked.
Wait, the head measurer?
Guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or
How could
whatever
one
he
guy,
is.
how bad could one guy be? He seemed capable.
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained
Why don't you
killer
just
up there.
talk to them?
But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters. Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now. If
I'm
you
just
can't
gonna
get
leave
in
now.
anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button
It
unguarded.
says grit.
Then we charge.
Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor.
Scab?
What
You're
exactly
hazy on the
is a
notion
scab?
of Scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
A kind of a worm.
Hold on, where did they all
Content
come
with mere
from?
survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay,
You don't
screwing
seem to
over
like
both
them much.
themselves and us. Everybody loses. Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid, freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of
Have you
what?
tried
Of
talking
who?
to them?
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen.
Yeah, I'm a scab.
This lot
Down,
would be reasonable
poor
and
and
go home if the
downtrodden.
big guy wasn't
Right to
riling them
work.
up all the time.
Big guy. He means the leader of the Scabs.
Good one, officer. Don't worry. We here have solidarity with the RCN. Imagine, you cops going on a strike.
I've come to
but then another
Martinez
cop comes in and
investigating a
says,
murder.
Let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I have no
Murder, huh?
idea what I'm doing.
That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
I need to know what's behind those gates.
That's
I'm
okay.
exploring.
I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me.
Does this mean you can let
It's
me
a
through
better
the
day
gate?
that way. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity.
That's simple.
I'm not
I
a
just
granter of
walk in.
passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's
Past
so
Measurehead?
simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
Right.
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
the 2.5-meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him.
Uh,
Then
gotcha.
press the button to unlock
I
the door.
think I have some questions for you
Then go
first.
past him again. And you enter the arbor through the office. Stop.
What's the strike about anyway?
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be
I'm a
glad
bit
to
short
tell you.
on money
You'll
right
have to
now.
ask him first.
Can you give me some?
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
Fuck.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as
Appreciate it.
provocation or ridicule.
The boyardero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your
Nice
clothes.
talk. Gotta get moving.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Rue de Saint Ghislain, 8B. Main hall, building A.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. An off-key melody
Who's Kuno?
starts
It's
playing
the police.
after
Please
you
open
ring
the door.
doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the
Andrew
doorbell is
Orlando
broken,
Hara,
and the
SCA.
bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring
Artimotep's
the
boxing
doorbell,
for young athletes
but
in gym.
no one answers. What an ominous name for a hair salon.
24H
Doesn't
window.
bode well for anyone's hair.
MS Fashion Atelier.
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell, but
Fabrin's taxi.
nothing happens.
The rest has been burned off.
You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No one answers
Slipstream
the
SCA.
call. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't
Hello?
work anymore.
Is anyone there?
You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
Hold on,
Have you come to
Tricentennial
place an
Electrics?
She
I thought I
sounds
was calling
almost
Slipstream
antique,
SCA.
as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working.
Sorry?
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
Shit.
My God. I didn't your voice.
It's a
Do we
woman,
know each
and
other?
she knows you. Your heart beats faster. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please.
Hold on. Tell me
Why
what's
did
going
you
on.
leave
What
me
did I do?
gone? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to live here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again,
Forget about
it
what?
sounds like she's submerged.
It's so
Oh God,
nice.
please don't cry.
It's so nice to be able to finally
Are you still there?
again.
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer.
What just happened?
Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull
Alright, so
passes
goodbye
by.
then.
It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
Let's try this one again.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
Fortress Accident SCA.
No, hold on. The last thing you need in
Revachol,
your life
Ice
is more
City.
hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do.
Main hall, building B. Whirling in rags.
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. Silence.
East
No
Delta
one
Pinball.
answers the doorbell. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Silence. No one answers your call. This button looks new, but someone
Right,
has
guess we
removed
can't
the
contact
name
anybody
card.
else.
Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Ah, there's the body. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it.
Hey kid, a
He's
word.
almost
Police
exquisite
business.
in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno.
Oh boy.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick. Love it in the dick.
The boy is
Hold on,
sweating
what does that
profusely.
mean?
His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if
Stop
trying
using
to break
slurs in my
free
crime
from
scene.
the
That's not
empire
how we
of
do
his
it.
body. The kid is obviously high.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Yeah, Kuno. Ride the lightning, Kuno. Kuno's riding it, see?
Kim, what should we do?
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno. The fuck does
What
Kuno know what
forces?
a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
I don't have time
You
for
will
this.
see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning.
The
with
letter
those
R wears a
creatures.
crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. This is the logo of the municipality of Revachol. Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says "Whirling in Rags."
How do we get the lock open?
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell
Or,
of garbage
Lieutenant?
to the smell of death.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key
Okay,
from
let's
the
go talk
manager
to him.
of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Is the trash container out back of yours?
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to
I
the
wonder
trash
what this
container?
feeling is.
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
We need those keys.
Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them for?
Alright.
It concerns
Let's go
the
take
case.
care of it.
Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, Whirling in Rags. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe
What's
you
this?
shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content. Just the feeling. A warning from some part of you. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes?
Okay.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar mark, blue jeans. Pockets, empty, or empty. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
God.
I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This
That's
is the
all
kind
I
of
think.
red knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garbage.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put
You
the
think
clothes
someone from
in
the
trash.
Whirling might have
It
been
could be as simple as
involved,
someone
maybe?
from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Okay.
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy
What?
on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it.
I don't know
They look
what
badly
this is.
damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
It must
If
have
you
been
don't
cramping
mind
my
me asking,
style.
how did this get in the trash? Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes
Okay,
on
I'll do that.
numerous ongoing investigations, and could even list undercover operatives, informants. I suggest integrating it into your style, for all our sakes. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
What's a knock cannon?
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny. It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking around the rotten banana peels, however. And is that corded
I'll sell it.
electrics preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price.
Oh, come on.
We're talking 12,000. Easy. Unless you're into hi-fi yourself.
A cruel
No, you
jest.
won't, because none of
There
those
must be
things
something.
are real. They're not actually in there. All you see is food waste and crisp wrappings.
An antique?
All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. Only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from
Anything
plastic
else?
board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard.
Phew, there, it's cool.
It's a metaphor for you. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Way
Inspect
cool.
the clip.
It says, everyone look at me and my toilet paper covered cop ledger. I don't care. My ledger is droopy and it smells like a urinal. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Lieutenant, is this
It
one
is
of the
similar
hologram
to the
watermarks you
RCM
mentioned?
watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Interesting. What kind of information?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from
How
an
can I read it?
anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address.
Before,
The
you mentioned the
information
headlights of your
varies by
vehicle.
date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
That's all.
This
Thank you.
means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Browse the white papers.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than
What's in
100
there?
sodden,
What are they about?
crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20,
Is 2 cases a
maybe
week a
30
good
cases
caseload, Lieutenant?
undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
2 cases a week appears to have been my
2
load, Lieutenant.
complex cases
I'm
to
not sure I
undertake
completed
is a
them,
lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
2? That's a lot. I didn't
Thanks,
mean
Ken.
to say you are making mistakes, by the way. It was presumptuous of me. It's okay.
There was
We
mention
all
of
make
a
mistakes.
naming convention here?
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly,
Oh
most are
my, and
accompanied
they're
by
written in
a
capital
name.
letters too.
A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
More?
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement.
Kim,
Murder
my
features
cases appear to
prominently
employ some
throughout.
kind of
It's
naming
going to take an
convention.
effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting
No, I mean
them
a
up close.
non-numeric one with titles.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
Why is that?
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM.
I seem
right
to have
after the
named the
revolution,
case the
when the
square
organization
bullet
had
hole
little
murders.
idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one.
What happened to him?
The man with the hole in his head. That was a real person.
Oof.
His death was real. Still, I named it that.
I have to open an official
I pray
case.
his loved ones
Is there
never
room?
found out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Oh.
There is, for precisely
Okay, I think we might be
one
onto
more.
something.
15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all
Kim,
the
do you have a pen?
tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang
Can I
from
have
the
one?
binder, like large-caliber bullets on an ammo belt.
With
He
this
is
beauty,
not really saying
commit
anything,
to paper.
just standing there, looking at them.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed
Cross
from
out the
mental
ones I've
rigor
already finished.
and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done, and things already
Lieutenant,
done.
have you
The
by
composition
any
of
chance named
reality.
our case?
This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now
Shit
all
on a
that
stick.
remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas? Ah, yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference.
The Furies are
If
at
it's
home in the
idiot
mirror.
or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny? Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know?
The
Think,
Setting Sun?
What would that be? A good normal name.
Yes, you know what that normal name
Excuse me.
is. But it's so plain. Anything else, please.
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with
The
Setting
Hanged
Sun
Man?
at all. It has nothing to do with that, so something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete, mundane, usual? Great, that's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong
Okay,
name.
I have another one.
We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man.
Revert
It's
that
good
one.
we sorted this out.
Okay, let's do something that I don't have a lot of. Charm men and women play the puppet master. That's the only one with one, so I guess you. Alright. Then here we have finished tasks. Okay. I'm done inspecting these. Can I read these case files now?
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Okay.
It's
Browse the
proving
yellow
to be
papers.
harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes.
What
like
types of
marching
forms are there?
armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station
Misconduct
calls.
fine?
And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that
Station
requires
call.
special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. But they appear pleasantly vague. These are quite sinister.
Field
in
autopsy.
tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. A dozen pages of
Enough
thin
of
copy
these.
paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to
Look at the
dead
clipboard.
guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however.
Shake the ledger.
The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged
would I
if
open
something
it?
happened to it. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see
Open the
to
hidden
its
compartment
center.
in the clipboard.
With your hands, U4 sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides.
Slide
if you
the drawer
bend
open.
the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
What's inside?
without resistance or
Pick up the
sound,
ticket stubs.
the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their
Pick up the
tentacles
card.
toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Smell
Thin
it
wax
first.
paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Open it.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card, looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it
But it'll make
begins.
me happy.
You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
Hold on
The
to it.
merciful
Read the
wind
card.
blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it. Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You, every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, no, hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Wow.
Detective,
What is
everything
that's the
right?
start? Well, what a way to start it.
There is nothing. Again.
Who's that?
Almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there.
And who was
And the small
that?
light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the
Yeah, that's the
darkness, he's
stuff.
grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy. Here in the
Where is
paleo-mammalian
Voyager Road?
cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Was that the X something?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows.
No, it was beautiful.
It's all on pause. Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Enough. Just lie there motionless.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its latte was not the problem.
You think they would let you? Until
I'm
you
not coming
disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Oh, but you are. They're pouring something on you. Something in you.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down
I should
half a
ask you
liter
the same.
of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
How long was I out?
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a
Came in
hospital.
contact with the burnt
Then you
out
came
ruins
to.
of the past, Lieutenant.
10 minutes, maybe. That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
Let's solve this case.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab
This
in
broken-eared
your
mug
inventory.
somehow made its way into the whirling and rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Sumerian descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. It seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique. Blue oblong pen. A blue pen like the large caliber bullet that shoots out ink once belonged to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Comes with a side order of resentment. Ledger, failure, and hatred. This is the same ledger you found in the trash, only worse somehow. Makes you think about the letter, about the woman's handwriting, about not wanting to get out of the bed in the morning. Okay, what do we need to do next? Oh, the watermarks. Here.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin,
Ken, how do I
you're
turn on the
welcomed by
headlights?
A set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl. The lights unfold with a little click,
Pick up the
casting
radio.
electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
Hello, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Could you connect me to the 41st Precinct? I have something I need to report.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st.
10-4,
come
Station
in,
41.
over.
How about an urgent business?
The man
Over.
uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay
Just reporting in. Over. I need to report my badge
10-4,
missing.
message received. 10-5, relay
My
message.
badge. I can't
What's your
find it anywhere.
status?
Basically,
Over.
it's gone.
10-18, state your message, sir. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22
Hey, who
the
is this?
captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
No, the other one.
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over. You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Dietmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's
Ha
the
ha,
name of
officer
a
has lost his
fictional
badge. Ha
detective
ha,
who would
like I'm the
not
first cop
lose
to ever
his
misplace his
badge.
badge.
Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh goddamn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer
Will you just
Dietmar
move
is
on? I
wondering
wanna
if
get
you might be
reported and
joking
be
and
done with
adds
it.
that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Stanford, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going
Could you all please stop saying lost his badge for a
Lost his
moment?
badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet.
Enough
Over.
of this now.
You don't have
I have
to.
other things to discuss.
Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. Ten-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober. Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, Tim.
I don't have my gun?
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over. 10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat, please. Over.
No, of course I didn't lose my gun.
Lying over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbangers running around with it.
I'm in dire need of financial assistance.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance. Over. Stanford, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give
It is
that up for
paramount to the
anything.
investigation that you grant me
Gonna
more
drink
funds.
it all.
All right, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
Please, I'm begging you here. I don't even have a place to
He
sleep
says
tonight.
it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over. He
Okay,
says
I
he's
heard
in
you.
trouble.
No
Doesn't
funds.
have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
This might sound
Dietmar
odd,
said-
but there's some personal details I'd like to discuss.
Anything else, sir? Over.
What's there to think about?
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell
Hold on,
everyone
are you
you
alone in
lost
the
your
room?
memory.
I need some
Be
confidential
smart
information about
this.
myself.
Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
I wanted to know if you've got my badge's description right in your report. Could you read it to me? Name, rank,
That's a
date of
negative,
birth?
sir. I got 10-12. Visitors present here. Over.
What? What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General
Any
of the
news about
Revolutionary
my
Cavalry.
Tell him
family?
to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over.
I just thought you might have heard of them, that's all.
Then, excuse me, sir. Over.
Fuck. Please refer to me with my full name in the future.
No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things weren't that good on that
Stop
front.
calling me sir and just use my real goddamn name, will you?
10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me
Have
to
I ever
call
told
him
you
by
about my
his
life
name.
before the
Mullen's
RCM?
drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Then for, well, that's,
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
He asked if he ever told me about his
I
life
heard
before
him.
joining the RCN.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to
Yeah,
stop
let's wrap this
wasting
up.
time and be a goddamn policeman for a change.
Sir,
10-10.
Satellite Officer Vicmar says...
Over.
So, was there anything else?
Pull out the
Understood, sir.
pull out the
Over.
pull-out toolbox.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm
Take
not
the red-tipped
protective of
pry
my
bar.
tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can we do? Work is work.
Take the rubber-handled chain cutters.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful
the
for
hand-cranked
opening all
flashlight.
sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Push in the pull-out toolbox.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Run your fingers over one of the steering
The
levers.
pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its
Close the
hook.
door.
The white suede
No, that's
feels
not what I meant to do.
luxurious under the
Okay.
touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
Look at the shimmering
There she
street
is.
grid.
Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark
Wait,
is overlaid
look around
with
you.
the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries.
Where
In
are
the
we on
distance,
this?
a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah,
I'm sure I've
Martinez.
seen worse.
Let me see. Right here.
Look at the perforations.
Oh yes.
Tally up the
Coal
different
City.
rows.
Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Not bad.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate
Fair.
rows. The first row has 18 dots.
Count them
Not
individually.
bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border.
What about the last one?
And then some. There are so many It's
3,
hard to
that's
count.
it.
More than 150, at
Hey
least.
Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Even 200. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often
Wait,
do.
18
It's
years
named.
I've done this?
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Got drunk like a megastar?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth? Yes, that does seem quite likely. Your youth coincided with some heady days for Revachol. But let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around,
Is
is
that
your
a what?
number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot.
So
even
you're
for
saying I
someone
used to
who's
be a
been on the
super
force
cop?
for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Call it what you want. You are a valuable member of your precinct.
So I'm a killer.
Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case,
Have you ever
it's
killed
usually
anyone,
by
Kim?
accident. But it seems as
How
though
do you handle the
are,
strain?
or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Yes. Everyone
Like
has
what?
their own method of coping. Some more effective.
Maybe I should
or
find a hobby.
self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep
Thanks
up a
for
few
this.
hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not
Okay,
get
let's
into
go.
it now. Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page to the right of the task description.
Superstar Cop 3, Communist 1, Good Cop Bad Cop 5, People Killed 3, Cases Solved 216, Years in Service 18. Okay. So that's taken care of. What's up?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple
What's
little
going on here?
cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
What's the jam?
From another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Arbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating.
So
All
how
around
long have you been
clusterfuck.
here?
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Extravagantly
Feels like
phrased,
forever.
but I
Like
can
I
roll
was
with it.
born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Got any smokes on you?
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse.
Guess I'll ask around then.
Or waiting for the sweet release of death.
Yup. Nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You left the arse
Care to spare some
elsewhere.
change for a working stiff?
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Revachal's weird.
They who?
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want
I
to
don't know
pay
who
for
these
unfinished work.
bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement
bosses,
for
man.
them. Tell me more about this strike.
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had saved 4 myself.
What's the union demanding?
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? Forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike
What do you think the
negotiator
company
type.
wants?
They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
Anything else I should know about it?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else?
All of who?
Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Can't
Not
be
you.
nurse. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
Know anything about the dead
What's
man?
better than
The one
chasing
hanging out
transient
behind the postal
pleasures?
there?
The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked
Busy
about that.
with what?
Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Wait, what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
What are you hauling anyway?
Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verbosity.
Okay, and what are you actually hauling?
High-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo.
Can I get one of those fall
Mostly
tracksuits
sporting
you're
goods,
hauling?
tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran
So
market
nothing
lately.
illegal then.
We're
That's your
pals and
machine
all,
behind you?
But I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called
That a
a
found
camion,
A6 you
on
got there?
Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket.
Right,
Maybe
I had
the
another
A6.
question.
Good eye, my man. Yup,
I'm
she's
good
an
for
old,
now. Good
but
talk.
reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Okay.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh, we've already seen this.
An old
The red tip pry bar has
middle
Carson
of the
T
traffic
Heavy
island,
Duty engraved just
pointing
below the
at you.
handle. It's satisfyingly heavy, and perhaps one of the most useful tools to carry around. The meanest looking pair of cutters you've ever seen, made in Gottwald and Walsham, were network zooge. No chain, wire, nor barbed fence will ever stand in your way again. They look hungry, ready to choose steel. A police flashlight bearing the logo of Grunsilling Rao. The small dynamo packed inside this handheld illumination device theoretically gives you the ability to produce a tiny amount of electricity anytime, anywhere. Okay. Okay, we should probably go back to where the hangman is. Unless, hold on. Track down the gun, track down the badge. Who put the clothes in the trash? That's Kuno and guard. Not at those. Okay. Nope, right there. Here's your trash container key. I found the victim's clothes.
Can I help you?
Could someone on your staff?
Thanks. I hope you
Who
found
else
what you were
has
looking
keys to the
for.
trash container?
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able
Thanks.
to track down who was sent here last and
I've
when.
seen something around
This
here
will have
about
to be one
burrowing
of
guard.
those little
I need to
threads
talk.
that
I need
solves itself.
a thing I
down
need to
the
talk
road.
about.
Thank you anyway.
I saw a sign that
Yes?
said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
What thing? Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There's something
There are
else I
these
want to talk
things
about.
called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke
What?
here.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Absolutely
like a plan.
out of the question.
Absolutely. In
So about that money
the
I owe.
question. First we find a sad...
How much do I owe you again?
Then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire.
And
Yes.
I have
Have you got it?
2.
A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and
Can I
broken
go in here
window,
now?
130
Yes.
real.
The dishes are drying, the smell of chemicals
Like
and pine
what?
trees.
I was...
The aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garanzi and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely
Gracie,
not
I've come
his
to.
name.
I've got some questions to
Whatever
ask.
you do, please don't call him Garanzi Kubek. Please. It's not funny.
You've got some impressive pots there.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs his ladle against
I don't
each
think
of
I
his
need anything
hots
else.
in
Stay
turn.
masculine.
It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
Oh, okay, that was it. Okay.
The man
Touch the
ponders
door.
his cooking utensils. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted
Try to
blue.
push on the door.
The cobalt blue surface
I wonder where this
feels
door
rough
leads.
to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. The
I am
door does
drawn to its
not
cobalt
budge.
blue.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Yes, a mini site investigation.
It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look into it. As a
Alright, let's
side
go bother Gart
investigation.
again. What's up?
Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great.
Do you know what's behind
I
it?
love those.
Do you have...
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frick warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space
think
with a
you'd
bunch
like
of
to
old
know what's
junk
back there.
and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't
ya.
opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
Is that girl still upstairs? A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo or the tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just
Physical
picked up some
instrument.
magnesium.
Wake him up.
This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Arrow, I tried.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens.
Summer
This
door
man
closed
could
for the
probably
winter.
sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
The bed is cold
Alright,
and
not
not
time to sleep
particularly
yet.
inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
The fan stands still. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Use your chain cutters to fix the faucet. Stop
Like the
Steve
rest
from
of
fogging
you,
up the mirror.
it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. Your hands, however skillful, can't manage this task on their own. You should get your chain cutters out. Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
I'm sorry for
Where unidentifiable
this.
sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
Alright, let's go.
No problem, officer.
The door is closed. Still no answer. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon,
Feels
then
extra
fight
special
the Arden-Macan
collector's
beast that
edition
lurks the
tear
bottommost
bottles on the
sepulchres. The
More money
secrets
from
of the
selling
city
tear,
are
burning
all
cap for
yours
shivers
at
raised to
last.
6. Alright, white morning. -1 authority. Little guy gets further and further away. You see yourself from above. You're passed out on the blue tiles on the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. At the mention of what? A great white object, letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. I'll do this one. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? An hour would have been
Actually,
bad.
should I be
2
thinking
hours
about
is
this?
mystical.
Looks like drinking hasn't turned out
You
too
have
well for me.
truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking.
Don't lick it.
Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter. What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. It would go well with those cigarettes. That's a great combination.
Okay, let's actually talk to Kuno.
Can't you see I'm throwing
The body. What do you know about this?
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you
Kim,
got.
help me out here. What do we want to know?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask
Do you
them
know who this
he
guy
is,
was?
how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
I meant who he was before he died.
Kuno's fucking. Kuno uses the fucking for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Do you know how he got up there?
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch.
So you
That's
didn't
all.
see it happening.
Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was
Oh,
busy
okay.
down the road when
Where
that
did you
shit
go
went
then?
down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking
That's a
Night
fictional
City.
city name. Night
There
City
is
doesn't
no Night
exist.
City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head. You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno's City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This
Have
shit
you
ain't
seen
about
anyone
that.
suspicious
It's
around?
impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case.
I don't want to know what that means.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty,
More on this
Kuno.
later. Right now, let's
Looks
talk about
like you're
something
a
else.
faggoty now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic
About the crime scene.
situations.
You kids often play in this yard?
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
The dead man's clothes are in the trash container. How did they get there?
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo.
I need to know.
Fuck do you
It could
want
lead.
with
It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder
Yeah,
scene.
Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there,
Wait,
dumpster diving.
I asked you what
Sad
happened to
shit.
his clothes.
Kuno could hook you
You
up
must
with
have seen
some
him lying
sweet
around.
rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there.
Alright, entertain
Now, you
me.
want performance
What's
gear
so great
or
about
not,
these
Grandpa?
pants?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Pig, these are found modulars, liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses
I might be
these
interested in the
pants.
pants. Let's
They
talk
are
about this later.
tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot.
Alright, Pico, shit's rolling.
Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's gonna steal all your money, Kuno.
As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust.
There was also a
There's
mug in
more
the
to his
trash.
distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you. What that is,
Yes. Does this
however,
racist mug have
remains
anything
a
to do
puzzle
with
for
it?
now.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going.
That's
Kuno's
exactly
got
what I'm
that
saying,
fast
Kuno.
brain.
Someone
You
has tampered
saying
with the crime
you
scene,
picked it out to the
cleaned some of
motherfucker
it up.
Cause he's the clothes fucker.
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together here.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else.
Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo.
I gotta
Get
ask,
your shit
who
up
is
and
Kuno?
out of Kuno's face. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Interesting.
Kuno's
You refer to yourself in the third person to
It's
distance yourself from the
always Kuno,
situation.
never I. Clearly the kid's using the third person perspective as a shield.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you.
Just answer the
He's gonna
questions.
put his hands on you. Help! Pig's got Kuno. Help! Ray!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's sticking his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno. His dick is out. You're afraid.
Pig's in aim, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out.
Be logical, kid.
Just
I haven't done
appeal
anything to you.
his reason.
What is this sick charade?
Fucking logical! Help! The logical pig is fiddling Kuno! No! Get
Who
up,
put you
Kuno,
up to this?
Sick fat fuck!
The nearly psychopathic way they can slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim.
Someone put you up to this.
No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
Help! The pig's gagging him. Kuno can't speak.
You put him up to this yourself.
Did Gart put
when
you up to
decided
this?
to talk to him in the first place.
Listen to your friend.
Are you high right now?
Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno! Help! Misters, help!
Don't punch him. It's a bad idea.
He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late! Look.
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopathic ghost with an ace up his sleeve.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look. The Kuno's dad gets.
How do you know that?
The
You
murder
can't
look.
see inside my head.
The rage look.
Can you read my mind,
He
Kuno?
can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that.
I can. Kuno can smell that violent shit. I know what you were thinking. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut his shit down. You know what? You should have hit the Kuno, because now you're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch. You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno.
No, you're not. We can
Nice
just leave.
peepo.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever.
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
Whatever. I had some questions about the crime scene.
You don't talk to me about my fucking peeper. You don't know where I come from. You just Kuno's bottom bitch.
Okay, Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your questions, but remember, this changes shit.
Click, 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 click.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him.
Kuno.
He could be useful.
City of Rage? Night City? What's going on there? I'm intrigued.
No! You told him about it and now he knows your name!
This city's not fucking lame. You are lame. Kuno's tired of defending Rage City from... Just fuck off, alright? And fuck you too, putting Kuno on the spot like that. Kuno doesn't need to fucking explain his shit. Kuno's king. He rules here. Fuck
I'm
did
intrigued.
you want?
Explain himself? As if explaining some kind of work? Some kind of avant-garde work way ahead of its time? You must get to the bottom of this one of these days.
Someone's trying to grow new
it's
herbs in the
unlikely to
greenhouse.
happen today.
The kid's
Kuno
ladder is
doesn't
rickety but
fucking
climbable.
care.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle.
What
The
is
body
that?
below
Why is it
is
so
still.
bad?
It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. What is this?
An inconspicuous pile of
Why
the
am I
roofing
looking at this
material
pile of roofing
etonite.
material?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Etonite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
A silver plate with traces of yellow bone powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror.
Someone is
He's
taking
studying
narcotics here.
you.
Perhaps
There's
the
a
police should
good, vague
interfere.
way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably
Get
another
out of the
way
way
into
or
the
get
industrial
fucked
harbor,
up.
no? A secret path the local kids use.
Cured pig's head. Looks mummified. Hold on, I wasn't done down there. Excuse me, Kim. This doorway subway's gonna collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. That was a fad. Okay. Look, Lieutenant, someone left his cloak behind.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance.
What exactly are we doing up here?
The container yard. Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the
Do you
industrial
really think
harbor.
this cloak is mine?
They're bound to
Should
have
I go for
information
it?
for us.
Jump?
I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we are just exploring. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
Oh, I did it.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide? As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes before you.
Sneak under their noses, stunned with immense panache. +3 motoric pace. -1 bonus from items. Anything else? Let's do this one again. Honestly, I think I'm gonna end it there for today. And so I'm gonna save here. And I'm just gonna look through some stuff. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will look for a channel for us to raid. Let's go with KZ Excellent, who's doing a Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer. So we're gonna head over there. Alright, thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you later. Take care.